Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.
Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Abide in your pure silence. Internal silence of your pure awareness. You as pure awareness. Without any attributes. Without any modifications. Before the mind even can grasp anything or intellect can analyze anything, you are already there in your blissful self, uninvolved, unattached. Nothing affecting you at any stage. Nothing compelling you to do anything or not to do things or to do things. No desire can get you into any type of trap. Desire only comes when you are not contented with what you have. If you are already contented as pure awareness, desirelessness will all come along with it. You don't have to cultivate it. When you are trapped, you are satisfied. When you are contented, then you become desireless. Our true self is always contented. It is only our mind which is unhappy, unsettled, restless. But that's what is the nature of mind. It is always restless, always looking for new ventures, looking for new grasslands. Restlessness is the nature of the mind. And when you know that you are not the mind, but that knowledge that you are not the mind should be your 100% conviction. If it is your 100% conviction, then you are free at this moment. No other sadhana, practice, yoga needs to be done. There is no need to read any scriptures, do japa, nothing. All these methods, techniques are for a person who is always skeptical, doubtful. If you have no doubts, you are already free. Let's say you have a mind. Mind is producing desires, attachments, plans. And let's say you know that this is my mind with all its thoughts and plans and desires. And I am pure awareness. What else do you need? You are already free. Free from the mind forever. Then where is the doubt? Pure awareness can never have a doubt, because it is just a witness. Witness is always uninvolved. And a person who is uninvolved has nothing on stake. You can't make witness as culprit. You can't put the law of karma to a witness. If law of karma applies to a person, is because he has desires, good or bad, and hence good or bad karmas and their results. You are always pure witness. Always. Only your mind has deceived you to believe that you are doing actions, and you have to reap the fruit. This is completely fake and false statement. You are always free. You are always pure awareness, blemishless, untainted, because it was never involved in anything at any stage, this birth or even previous births. This notion that this body mind is involved is the illusion. Spend a day without any motive or desire. You will be surprised to know that that day will be more busy than other days. Things unfold on its own. Work comes on your desk, people call you, you are forced to call someone because someone needs help, or something happens. You just stay as a witness for one day. To make this as your own experiential knowledge, your own truth. You will realize that the body we are living in is already have a control, a higher control by which it works. The middleman is completely fake. The one who thinks he desires, so things happens. So many times we desire for things which never happens. Then what this middleman thinks? Feels frustrated that I wanted to become a billionaire and I'm left at millionaire. This body was supposed to not reach that figure. Things happens as predestined. When the body gets birth, what body goes through, and how the body ends, everything is decided second to second. Only thing in our hand is to know this truth and be happy and free forever. Follow the path of least resistance. Follow the path of harmony. Flow with the river of this fate. And in that total acceptance, you're walking hand in hand with the divine, with the absolute. And when you have no resistance, peace dawns on you. You have the same frequency as the God within. So we tune ourselves to the same frequency as what the God, what that intuitiveness in us wants to do or is doing, that power through this body. You can call this also a surrender to the divine. But just mere understanding will surrender this false ego that everything is happening as it is already being planned. You are driving a car whose control is remote in the hands of Absolute, and the steering wheel, what you are holding, is fake. It doesn't serve any purpose. Sometimes you turn this steering wheel to the right and the car moves to the right and you think you have moved it and you feel proud of it. Sometimes you move it left and the car keeps going straight and then you get frustrated. And you think the God is unkind to you or you have a bad luck and all that crap what you think through the mind and feel frustrated and suffer. Just know the truth and leave your grip from the steering wheel of this life. And you are free. This is total freedom, complete freedom, eternal freedom. Knowing this simple truth. Now, where is the doubt in this whole thing? There is a body, there is a mind, there is an intellect. But none of them are you. You are that pure witness, watching, witnessing everything unfolding, but not involved. Just mere presence. But this personal ego, identity, is no more there. It is just like an impersonal presence. It has no interest in this body-mind complex of whatsoever, like it has no interest in other body-mind complex. Or you can say equal interest in all body-mind complexes. It comes across. Because it is at rest, as has no desires of its own, it is always in bliss. And because it knows that it is the pure awareness pervading into the infinity in all directions, through and through with all images, sentient and insentient, everything belongs to it. And so arises the unconditional love. So this is the paradox. There is no attachment to anything, but a belongingness, a love for everything. Not more for one and less for other. Just like sunshine, it shines equally on every object. Whether it's a diamond or a piece of shit, it doesn't discriminate. Same is this unconditional love emanating from this pure awareness, which has nothing on stake, as it has completely detached from the body-mind complex it is using to communicate, to interact in this dynamic world. And the awareness watches the body-mind complex it lives in with some inquisitiveness, with the same surprise as others are watching that body-mind, or as we observe other body-minds. So the awareness is not advocate of the body-mind in which it lives. So the condensed consciousness, which was condensed because of the filter called ego, I amness, goes away, and that consciousness manifests in its full form, in its all completeness, as the all-pervading awareness. Externally, there might not be any change, though there are some minor external changes to the body, to the internal organs. They can be subtle, but externally it's complete 180-degree transformation. Big relief. Relief for all the baggage of the story of the body-mind complex, of past and worries about the future. Everything drops. No significance at all. Contemplate on this truth with an open heart, and it will become your own truth experientially. If you are in doubt, then you have to take a path. And after many years, you will reach the same conclusion which is right now in front of you, that you are pure awareness. You are always a witness. You are desireless. You are not a body. You are nothing. Mind is not your part. Thoughts are not for you. Outrightly ignore all thoughts and abide in eternal peace, in your own pure silence. This stillness within is reality, truth, absolute, where nothing happens. Complete standstill, no waves, no movement. And that stillness give rise to peace, contentment, unending joy, and unconditional love. This love is not dependent on whether people love you or not, or they hate you. This love is eternal. It's the fragrance of this pure awareness. The filter of personality which was changing everything, giving a color to the person as an individual, is dropped. All the tricks of the ego has dropped. To be in the blissful self, you have to kill one thing called ego. Ego side. And after ego side, what is left is pure bliss. This is one killing which is justifiable, which is in benefit of not just you, but all humanity. You are killing a thing which can create a lot of issues in the world. You are nipping on the bud. And this takes you from mortality to immortality. From transient to eternal. From matter to absolute. Body, mind, intellect, all are part of matter. Rather than being a byproduct of consciousness, you are consciousness. But all your life you were dreaming, enacting as the product. You are that eternal source. You are always that. You just have to have the right perspective. You just have to reclaim your joy, your peace, your bliss by taking the original position, what you are. Don't move from here. Abide as pure awareness. You are pure awareness. Purest of pure. No thought belongs to you. No thought is for you. You don't have to do any planning. You have been provided a planned itinerary by the Absolute. Though things might look sometimes right or wrong, but this itinerary given to you is correct. It might have ups and downs, tragedies, gains and losses at the level of materialistic world. But that's the way it is. This script is written out for you already. Don't try to make any changes in it. Any change tried will slip you down into the ego mode, and you will be eaten by death. But if you accept with complete surrender and total acceptance, bliss is waiting for you. Then you are absolute. Choice is yours. Keep nagging, snapping on small things. Stay unhappy, suffer, go through hell and heaven. Or have total acceptance and stay in eternal bliss. You have to choose one. Ego or absolute. And once you are convinced to choose absolute, then don't look back. Don't think about the person. Leave aside. How long it takes to be free? Fraction of a second. But can take millions of years if you have attachment to the ego self. Then that ego self will keep creating bodies after bodies for you. Unending births and deaths. Choice is yours. And you can end this cycle the day you want. But unfortunately, it will not stop on its own. Because the driving force is your own desires. You can't blame God or anyone else. The moment you give away your desires, you are free. Eternally free. So choice is yours. Don't fool around. All the techniques which starts from the mind is fooling around. I call them more of a preparatory techniques like yoga, japa, praying to a god in a form or whatever it is. Some people call it as purification of mind. It's like buying time when your mind is not ready. But a mature mind is always ready to be free. If you are a ripe mango, even a slight wind or air will drop you, will detach you. But if you are still trying to get ripe, even a strong wind will not detach you. It depends on your own maturity, your ripeness. No technique is needed. And it will not happen tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no time. Time is a game of mind only. Awareness is always the same, always fresh and in present. It doesn't know any past or future. You are pure awareness. Once you leave the company of your mind, not listening to the mind, ignoring all thoughts, makes mind a vestigial organ. When it's not being used, it becomes redundant and it disappears. Because there's nothing like mind, it is again a fake notion. Manonasha, mind destruction. You don't even have to do any destruction. When you don't indulge in the mind game, the mind just dissolves, disappears. And you can live happily ever after. You are pure intelligence. You are the knower, you are the knowledge. You are not dependent on the gadgets which comes from you as the source, like mind, body, intellect. Rather, when you are using them, you have a narrow vision. You become condensed into an individual. You don't know what you are. In company of mind, body, intellect, you start behaving like a sheep, though you are a lion. You are the king, and you start behaving like a beggar. Give away the wrong company. Abide as pure awareness. Pay attention to the pure awareness. Always stay as a witness to the actions or inactions, to all the proceeding of this world. Let the body behave the way it has to. You don't have to stay still in a lotus pose. Let the body do what it wants to. You just watch it. Your power of observation will change everything. Your body will behave very gracefully, and your mind will become your slave. And both will reflect divinity through you. This is the power of observation, power of witness. You are pure silence. All the religions, all the scriptures, all the methods, temple, mosque, church, everything is for you. Everything is saying your own glory. In different ways. How much respect you get. The moment you realize this, you're full of compassion. All praise to the Lord is your own praise. Who else is there? And when you praise the Lord, the Absolute, you are praising your own self. Everything to infinity belongs to the awareness. With your own experiential knowledge, when you realize this, then what do you want to acquire? What you want to gain? What is there to lose? And so comes the deep contentment. When everything is you, then who is enemy? Who is friend? Who is separate than you? We say choose your friends wisely. Choose the Absolute as your friend. And with that entanglement, they call it quantum entanglement in physics terms, coherence, or the axis. You spin on the same axis as the Absolute and you become Absolute. Or if you choose ego as your friend, mind as is your friend, you have taken the path of sorrow. Again, that is an entanglement. It's a different frequency. Like you can tune your radio to different stations. A higher vibration is the Absolute, and a lower vibration is the ego. But you can't keep switching over. It's a one-way path, one-way ticket. Once you touch the Absolute, it's a path of no return, path of eternal bliss. Muster all your courage, gather your strength, and take this last plunge and transcend from ego to Absolute. and don't look back. This is the leap of faith. Jump with all your energy. Move to a different plane, eternal plane. You have to find courage to do that. Pointers and words can only encourage you, but you have to take the jump, the last jump. It is the last frontier you have to claim, and there is nothing beyond it. And this jump doesn't depend on your sex, age, caste, creed, nationality, whatever religion concepts you have, nothing except your intense longing. Mumukshutva, your intense longing to be free. And this freedom is from your ego, from the mind, from personality, from individual identity. And remember, the situation around you is most conducive for your liberation, for your freedom. That is compassion of the Absolute to make you absolute. If there is suffering, if there is crisis, tragedy, or good stuff, whatever it is, whatever is happening in your life is for your liberation. Because the Absolute wants you to be free and happy. God is not sadistic, cruel, wants to give suffering. Who would like to know a God like that? It's better to be a non-believer in God rather than thinking about a God who feels happy when we suffer. God is all compassionate. His other name is compassion, love. Love is God. And He wants us to be free. And He is helping us with His grace. We only have to be ready for this journey, this internal journey to freedom. And all what we need is being provided to us. Everything is being served in plate. We just have to eat it. You are pure awareness, always. Not even for a fraction of a second you are a body-mind complex. It is just your wrong notion. It is your own illusion. Have courage to move out of it. Break away from this dream, this waking dream. And it's very, very easy. If it's not happening, it's because you are not 100% interested in it. You are pure awareness, formless, nameless. Blissful, silence, always a witness, non-doer. Since the inception of the world, awareness has never done any crime. When the body-mind is doing a crime, awareness is always witnessing. So all the punishments are to the body-mind, never to the pure awareness. And you suffer because you think you are body-mind. Pure awareness is always free, free from suffering. It is alive, conscious, eternal, always blissful. It is standing on its own support, fearless. Once abiding in pure awareness, always abiding in pure awareness. Never move out of it. Be vigilant, be attentive, be watchful to all the actions of body-mind. But don't judge your body-mind. Your power of observation will set everything right. And if it is intense, this power of observation will melt away your ego. Hide in your pure awareness. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om.